What's going on, guys? It's PokePond back with another video for you. As always, we're going to be doing some price charting this week. I'm going to identify some crazy deals that you can get so that you can increase your Pokemon investment portfolio or just build your collection up. Make sure you subscribe down below to never miss an opportunity. Let's get into it. Okay, so this week the Pokemon Company unveiled some of the English cards that are going to be in Mask of Change, or sorry, Twilight Masquerade, which is made up of Mask of Change and Crimson Haze from the Japanese set. We already knew some of the cards that are coming in, but I'm just sort of slowly unveiling them to you week on week as we see them. Here's the English version of the Iron Thorns EX, which is pretty nice. And we also see this now, the teal mask Ogre-Pond, but this is like the full art version. We had already seen the normal version here. And we can see quite a few cards now in English for the set. And I think this is going to be one of them sets that people kind of ignore from a collecting and investing standpoint. And I think we're going to look back on this in the future and it's really going to start appreciating once you get to about the 2 year mark after release. Because there are some really nice artworks in this set. And I really don't think many people are going to be putting this away and saving it as sealed. And I really do think that this set will do well long term because there's some really nice artworks, but I think it's really going to be underappreciated until later in its life cycle. So might be a good play to pick up some of this. I really like this set. This Eevee card, this secret rare, is going to be a bit of a chase as well. I think it's super nice. Like I said, I think we won't truly appreciate this set until we're going to start FOMOing into it and the reprint window sort of disappears about 2 years afterwards. There are some super nice artworks and I just think it's going to be a really strong set. It's just going to take a couple of years for us to appreciate it. Once again, as more of this set gets unveiled, I will release it to you guys. The main thing I wanted to look at in today's video is again Pokemon Center, what's available at the moment here in the UK. Chilling Reign has come back into stock this week. That is the big news. The big things that you can buy from Pokemon Center at the moment is obviously your Chilling Reign for retail, which is absolutely insane. And we've got Astral Radiance and Fusion Strike here as well. Also amazing plays for that price point. So really big. And Chilling Reign, we'll have a look at it on TCG Player and the price charting. Not much move here over in the US market. It's a pretty flat week actually. But I mean, they haven't had any extra stock like we've been having, so it's just holding around the sort of inflated price of around $220, $205. That seems to be about the average over in the US market. I did point out a few weeks ago to you guys that how crazy this play was on Chilling Reign. This is why you need to subscribe as well, because you never miss a deal. And what I basically said was when Chilling Reign was in stock like 2 weeks ago on Pokemon Center, I said buy it now, and then the next week it went out of stock and people were selling it on eBay for like 200 quid and you could easily make like a £70 profit after fees. And it's come back in stock now and it's still an insane play, even though it's in stock right now for 143. People are selling them for 200. This is the cheapest on eBay right now, 200. So you could buy it right now from Pokemon Center for 140, sell it for 200, and after fees you're still netting 35, 40 quid. And if you don't believe me, look, here's sales data for the last day as well. So this was yesterday. That guy sold one for 200. This is the exact same one. It's selling for 200. It's selling for 230. And I tell you what, I do not condone flipping, but you can make a quick profit here, and I will always identify plays to you when I see them on eBay. I'm not going to do it myself because I don't condone flipping, but maybe you do. Maybe you want to make yourself a quick 30, 40 quid. It's easy. You just buy it from Pokemon Center and arbitrage it straight to eBay for 200 quid. And I tell you what, as soon as they start to go out of stock on Pokemon Center as well, the price is just going to go bananas. I would personally say, because on this channel we're all about the long holds, we're all about holding stuff for 2-3 years. This is your last opportunity to pick it up for retail. I know I said it the other week, but this really is. Like, I really do not expect any more Chilling Reign to hit the market for retail price. If you buy this now for 143 and you sit on it for 2 to 3 years, I can almost guarantee you're going to double your money. There or thereabouts, if not more. Like, Chilling Reign is a 300 quid box all day long, and we're just waiting for it to get to that price point. It will get there, it's just a matter of how long. I think 2 to 3 years, it's comfortably going to get to that range. The only warning I will give you now, Pokemon Center UK, obviously it's the official source, okay? But you do have to be careful, okay? And you do need to bear this in mind. If you buy this for retail at 143, it is not guaranteed what condition you're going to get this box in, okay? You may get this box delivered to you and it's either crushed, or you have, tears in the cellophane or the seal or something like that, and then you will not be able to sell it for these price points, okay? That's something to bear in mind. That is the risk you take if you try and arbitrage it or you try and put it into your collection. The reason why these are going for so much is because A, some people don't realise that they're going for so cheap and Pokemon Center has stock, and B, because you can, with eBay, inspect the condition. You can see the photos, you can see exactly that there's no rips or tears. You can see all of that, okay? You know the exact condition it's coming in. This, yes, although it's cheaper, you don't know what condition that's going to come into you. Probably 9 times out of 10 it is going to ship to you in mint case fresh condition, but not always. I don't have much experience with trying to return anything to Pokemon Center UK, but please do bear that in mind if you're going to try and do that flip, or even if you're just going to buy into it for this price point and just hold it for a few years. You may not get it in perfect condition, and condition is everything, especially if you're holding it for the long term and you want to, flip it, or not flip it, but sell it in 2 to 3 years' time. You will only be able to charge the top money for it if it's in perfect condition. Condition is everything in the sealed side of the hobby. But that's the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. This is not a warning. You can pick up Chilling Reign again, last chance for retail. Absolutely bananas, but also these are good plays as well. Astral Radiance and Fusion Strike for retail is also bananas. Really good to get into it for these price points. Let's have a look at everything else. I've talked enough about Chilling Reign now. Twilight Masquerade is still on pre-order for pretty reasonable prices. 104 here on Chaos Cards. I think you'll be able to get it cheaper elsewhere as well. You might even be able to see it cheaper in the wild, because Case Fresh is going sub 100 on Chaos, and I mean, if you're buying a case for under 100, you could probably find it in some local card stores for there or thereabouts. You might be able to get it cheaper on like a promotion, perhaps if you buy a couple, or you might have discount in that card shop. I don't know, but I do think you could probably, if you shop around, pick it up a little bit cheaper than 104. But Twilight Masquerade, like I said, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty decent set, and I don't think people are going to appreciate it straight away. I think this is going to be a creeper set. I think if you hold this for 5 years plus, I think you're going to do really well out of it, and you're not going to kick yourself for picking it up this cheap at this time. I've started looking again at Paradox Rift as well. Now that I'm sort of looking at Twilight Masquerade, I'm starting to look at the other Scarlet and Violet sets as well. I do quite like Paldea Evolved as well. I never thought I'd say it, but it's growing on me. But anyway, Paradox Rift I quite like as well. Again, I think it's one of them sets that's going to appreciate well on the long term. And you're picking it up pretty cheap here on eBay. You can pick up a case fresh one. This guy's obviously got quite a few. He probably bought a case. 99 quid all in. Really not that bad a price. It's going to take time for these Scarlet and Violet sets to appreciate in price, but I don't see these ever getting any cheaper than this. This is your opportunity to pick up Scarlet and Violet now for a heavily discounted price. I just wanted to point out as well, £99 is the cheapest one that I found in decent condition. As you can see, these ones are minty fresh. There is slightly cheaper. Here's £95 with free postage. You have to be careful though with these kind of listings. This is a single one. Always check all of the photos. And I picked this one out as an example because everything looks fine, yeah. But when you inspect it on some more of the photos, look at this. We got a bit of crush damage here. This will heavily hurt it when you come and resell it in a few years later. You're not going to get that premium price. You're going to have to discount 20, 30 pounds in the future because it's crushed. You're going to have a lot less interest in it than if you'd have just paid an extra £4 and got an absolutely minty case fresh one. Just something to be aware of if you're buying on eBay. Always inspect the photos as much as you can because you might end up on the third photo noticing something like this. Evolving Skies. TCG player is a bit all over the place at the moment. It looks completely flat. Their data's all over the place because everyone's selling off ones for like super cheap. Look, 2 for $400, $539, $414. But these are all photo ones. These are all ones with damage. So people are scooping up the damaged ones at the moment, probably to crack them and sell them as individual packs because you're getting them for a discount. So TCG pricing is not that accurate on Evolving Skies at the moment. We'll have a look at eBay UK though. Cheapest one at the moment on the buy it now is $599. It seems like everyone's kind of settled around this $610 with postage. Everyone's kind of settled around the $610 to $620 mark. Everything's sort of staying stable there. That is actually quite promising. It's really good to see some stable prices for once. It's not sustainable to just see graphs going in one direction all the way up. Really good to see that the market is sort of agreeing a price here around 610, 630. That's really, really healthy from an investment point of view. And then I would expect over the next 12 months it will slowly start creeping up again. Maybe we'll see another big surge in the hobby, more people coming in. Perhaps Pokemon will do something crazy and release something new on the scale of, Pokemon Go. Pokemon Center or Pokemon Company even is really good at every once in a while just changing the game, releasing something crazy that just gets loads of more people back in the hobby. And if something like that happens, you will see booster box prices across the market skyrocket, and that will obviously happen at some point over the next few years. Pokemon will come up with something and it's going to bring a lot of people in, and we're going to see another boom in the hobby. It's happened time and time again. For someone like myself who's been investing for a very long time, we see that the market go in these cycles, and it's just a matter of time until the next cycle, the next boom cycle takes off. And I think Evolving Skies will do very well in that next boom cycle. However, even without a boom, I think Evolving Skies will slowly creep up in price anyway. 610 mark, 630 mark, that's about standard here in the UK at the moment, and you can see they're selling for that. Again, here's one for 610 selling just yesterday, and you can see, let's see if we can see more sales data. 620 best offer accepted, so around about the 600 mark. Everyone's comfortable with that price at the moment. Fusion Strike has had, let's see, 244 to around about the 250 mark. Again, pretty stable week for Fusion Strike over on TCG Player for the US markets. Fusion Strike, as we know, is available on our Pokemon Center at the moment for retail, around about the 145 mark. And cheapest on eBay at the moment is 167. So as soon as it sells out on Pokemon Center, you can see that the price is going to jump up a little bit. I think these are people who are just flipping it straight from Pokemon Center. They're just buying it from Pokemon Center for around about the 140 mark and adding on their fees, factoring in probably about a £5 profit. Astral Radiance, again, another flat week pretty much on the TCG Player on the American markets. You can see it had a really big pump towards the end of last month. We were tracking that here on the channel, and again, it's available on Pokemon Center for retail at the moment. eBay has it a little bit cheaper, a couple of pounds cheaper for Astral Radiance. But to be honest, I would probably just buy it from Pokemon Center. You know that you're going to get a legit copy if you're buying it from Pokemon Center. Condition might not be perfect, but you know you can return it to them if needed. And you can see that Lost Origin on TCG Player as well had a bit of a flat week. It seems like all the booster boxes pretty much just had a stable week. The market's just not even cooling off, it's just We're just chilling. We're just staying where we are at the moment, which is actually a really healthy thing to see rather than retracing in prices. Cheapest Lost Origin at the moment, because there's none on Pokemon Center, and we never saw the restock of Lost Origin. Cheapest is 197 on eBay at the moment, and they are actually selling for that price as well. Best offer accepted 209 yesterday. Someone bought one outright for 197. Someone got a bit of a discount here for 187 yesterday. And these little half ones are doing pretty well, actually. I take that back. Look at the seal on that. That is horrendous. Okay, I was going to point out that this is a really good play because for £80 you can buy a half booster box. This is an EU exclusive, these half booster boxes, but I do not like how that seal looks. That looks like it's ripped on the bottom. I did not notice that before I loaded that up. But if you want to pick up some cheap packs for the purpose of opening them and cracking them rather than keeping it sealed, then maybe it's worth you buying it on the half booster box like this. I wanted to draw people's attention to the Elite Trainer box as well. I do think that these are still going for crazy prices. Where the booster box is starting to surge in price, I think people are sleeping on these Elite Trainer boxes. Now, I have a cupboard absolutely full of Elite Trainer boxes because back in the pandemic, sort of 2019, 2020 times, every single Pokemon YouTuber was saying buy Elite Trainer boxes, they grow faster in price than booster boxes, blah de blah de blah. And back for around about a year or two, that was the case back in 2019, 2020. So I'm stuck with a lot of Elite Trainer boxes now. They take up a lot of space, they're heavy to ship. It is a pain to have them. However, where Lost Origin booster boxes are getting so expensive at the moment, keep your eyes on these Elite Trainer boxes because these are going for cheap. So here's last sold, 28 with £6 postage. That is so cheap. Bear in mind, these retailed for 50 quid. And this is a sealed one as well. So these are super cheap and it works out at about £3.50 a pack because you get 8 packs in them. Just something to be aware of because if Lost Origin continues to creep up in price, the cheapest way to get sealed packs in a sealed product is fastly going to become the Elite Trainer box. So this might be a play. Yes, they are paying to ship. Yes, they are paying to store. But there could be a very real situation where you could pick these up now for around about the £33, £34 mark, and it actually becomes more cost effective in the future to open these, not have to ship the whole thing and sell the loose booster packs. I do warn about selling loose booster packs though. It is a harder market. You can't charge as much for loose booster packs because there is more chance that they've been tampered with. You do better selling loose booster packs if you're sort of like selling them in bulk. So perhaps, you know, you have, I don't know, 10 of these Elite Trainer boxes, you crack all of them and you sell 80 packs in one lot. You might be able to do all right with that. There might be a situation in the future where you can, you know, sell them for average £5 a pack and you've made a little bit of profit. Just something to be aware of. And they are slowly creeping up in price. You can sometimes get crazy deals as well, so people do dump them. So this one works out at around about 34 quid. This one's 35 quid. These are sales from yesterday and the day before as well. And I just wanted to point out as well that this one right here is one that's sold with free postage for £30 and 32 pence. And this sold at just a couple of weeks ago. This one sold, I believe it was mid-April. I don't have the exact date here. But like I said, that's a crazy deal. So keep an eye on these. Sometimes you can snipe a good deal. For 30 quid, you can't go wrong. And like I said, they're creeping up now. 35 they're selling. You know, so if you can get these 35, maybe even 30 range, not a bad play. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I've waffled on for long enough. The main news today is Chilling Reign is back in stock, and you can also pick up Fusion Strike and Astral Radiance for retail, which is bananas. Don't sleep on it. You can make some easy profit there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe down below. I will always let you guys know about all the plays and opportunities that I notice in the market, so you never miss out. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.